we do, what did you get out of the Bacon Rebellion? Those of you that read that, what did you see in that? In 16, almost 100 years before 1776, right? And in 1776, what were they doing? What was happening in 1776? Now, watch this. 1776. Now, what was happening in 1776? What was being signed in 1776? The Declaration of Independence. Now watch this. As prophets, when in the school of the prophets, they were proficient in history. Something that, I know I never liked history. But they were astute in history. History is very important for the prophet so you can see patterns. (1776), but we're not going to talk about 1776. 1676, what did you get out of what you read there in the Bacon's Rebellion? Begin to come and, because this is when a major shift happened in America. What did you see in your reading of that? Or do we need you to sit with it overnight with a therapist? Oh, you can't get online? Oh, okay. Oh, you can't get online. Okay. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Okay, they can't get online. Will they be able to run the video? Oh, okay. They got to reboot. They got to reboot the. Y'all need to find Harris. Why don't you come on, Prophetess Natasha?
Good afternoon. My name is Prophetess My name is Natasha Love Smith. I'm from Spring Valley, New York, and you can call me Natasha, not Prophetess. So I pulled it from Wikipedia, so it may be not as accurate as it could be, but the part I wanted to read was, it was the first rebellion in the American colonies in which discontented frontiersmen took part in a somewhat, am I saying this right? Oh yeah, in a somewhat similar uprising in Maryland involving John Coode and Josiah Spindle took place shortly afterwards. The alliance between European indentured servants and Africans, and many enslaved until death or freed, united by their bond servitude, disturbed the ruling class. The ruling class responded by hardening the racial caste of slavery in an attempt to divide the two races from subsequent united uprisings with the passage of the Virginia Slave Codes of 1705.
Good. So we begin to look here and see that, there's uprisings. Poor whites and slaves come together to get ready to overthrow a ruling class. So, in Jordan term, they take one class and give them the complexion of connection that you're pretty much gifted if you do not side with blacks. I want you to listen to the language. How many of you, this is how you can tell when you're privileged, is when you're told by them that you're not like them. You're different. You're not like them. You got to check in yourself what allows you to be okay with that. And how did that come across? Because see, even Jesus sat with the Samaritans of his day, which Jews had no fellowship with Samaritans. That's why the woman at the well was a little concerned about, do you really know who you're talking with here? Because, we don't really have fellowship with you. We don't roll with y'all. And he wasn't rolling as a ruling class. He was offering her water where you'll never drink again. Although appearing privileged, he empowered the woman at the well. What we got to look at is, who are we empowering with our privilege? Because the greatest threat, everybody say the greatest threat. The greatest threat to your liberation is privilege. What does that mean? Because someone don't want to give privilege up. There was a time when it was about education. We say there's more black men in prison than in school. Those numbers have moved and changed. I don't think that's no longer really the truth. Now that you've gotten educated, the rules have changed. Because now, in order for you to get a job, you got to have a 720 credit score. So you can have a master's degree all you want. But if you don't have the what? How many know what I'm saying is right? Right? If you don't have, they're checking. Now watch this. When I was looking for a job back in the 80s, no one ever checked your credit score. In the 90s, they didn't check your credit score. How did the credit score start to become the measure whether you can get hired? Because too many of you were getting educated. So what is put in place? You're going to get student loans. You're going to go in debt. You're going to get the education, but we're going to make sure you can never use it or be compensated for what has been given to you. Listen, saints. Racism is systemic.